Welcome everybody, my name is Malachi, aka Malioku, and welcome to my brand new series. This is something new on my channel. Usually this is like a channel that I use for mainly vlogging or just typical, regular YouTube videos. But I thought maybe I should just use my platform for something new, and just try something, that'll bring me out of my comfort zone. Because me personally, I'm not really that good at talking. So today I'm going to be bringing in a topic, as you see from the title of this video. And so this new series is called Food for Thought. I'm just going to be talking about a couple topics that I feel like resonate in my head very often. We're just going to get right into it. So now that you guys are here, I want you guys to like this video, comment down below your favorite cereal, and maybe even a new topic that you guys want me to talk about next, or just a video suggestion, or just like what you think about this video. After the video, comment what you thought about the video, obviously, because can't really tell now what you like about the video because the video just started. But I'm just gonna stop with the long intro. It's already been a minute and 30 seconds, so let's get right into it. A lot of you guys are going back to school now, and that's understandable. It's kind of weird now because everybody's going back to school, but there's still a pandemic, and I feel like that doesn't make sense at all to have students that aren't really even concerned about this pandemic. In all reality, none of us are really, taking it seriously. At least I can speak from my case. I don't think I take it that seriously, and I'm pretty sure most of my friends around me don't that much either. Given that information, I'd probably just assume that most people my age aren't really taking this pandemic that seriously. They're all going to be in the same area, crammed together in classrooms, sharing pencils, taking pictures. You have germs on your hand, you take your phone and you hand it to the next person to take a picture for you. It's wraps. You already got the germs on your hand from that other person's phone. It's that easy. I don't know why they decided this was a good idea to have kids go back to school, especially kids my age, or even the smaller kids that are in preschool. Those kids are so germy, it's ridiculous. And it really doesn't click in my head why they would do something so stupid. This is a big topic in my daily thought process. So me, I was really not that. I wasn't a terrible student. I just didn't really see school as something that, I would use in my daily life after graduating. And understandably, some ways of life you need to go to school, like college and stuff is necessary for people like doctors and, nurses and people that actually need to go to college. But like me in high school, I didn't really try that much. I kind of just did what I needed to do to get by and pass. I had people do my homework and things like that. And my test grades, they were okay. And I was just really only good in English and civics and sociology, because those topics are interesting for me, because those involve people and studying how people react and why they act certain ways. And there's a bunch of information thrown at you. You kind of have to just think and actually think logically, instead of with formulas and stuff, with math. I was terrible at math always, unless it came to money. I graduated high school. I don't even know what my GPA was because I didn't really care about that. My mom wanted me to go to college, and that was not a part of my plans at all. And that was a big problem for me because I know deep down in my heart that I did not want to go to school after high school. I was going to go grind out and do exactly what I meant to do, which was going to be, entertainment and my company and all that other good stuff, But growing up in a household such as a black household, I don't know if it's like that for any other ethnicities, Because, from my standpoint, I know that most black kids, if you have a black parent, especially if it's just you and your mom, they definitely are going to want you to go to school, whether it's community college or a university or any type of, secondary schooling after high school. because they value education very much. And it's just traditional that, you know, you leave school, you either go to trade school, you start working, or you go to a university. You get a degree and you get a job. And this is where, you know, it didn't really register to me, because in high school I used to just watch and learn, and I realized that a lot of people that do go to college still don't really come out with a guaranteed job in whatever they went to school for, you know? And that never really made sense to me, because you pay all this money to go to school. I mean, whether you board or not, I mean, you're still paying a lot of money. And if you do get a loan, I mean, you're going to have to pay that back later on in life. So really, what's the point of paying $10,000 per semester and then graduate and then still not be able to get the job? Say you're going for, you know, graphic design, because graphic design you can learn on your own. And that's like one of my minors that I took graphic design minor. And I'd be in the class sitting there, they tell me to do a task, because I've been doing graphic design and I was self-taught since like 2015. I was 15 years old teaching myself how to graphic design. I was in Call of Duty teams, and there was designated graphic designers, editors, there was like players and stuff like that. I was a player, but you know, the graphic designers didn't really care that much about me, so they didn't want to do any work for me. So I was like, you know what, if no one is going to do it for me, I'll just learn how to do it myself, so then I would never have this problem again. As I went on YouTube and I learned how to do graphic design and editing. And to this day, that's how I learned how to edit. But back to the story about school. When I was in community college, I was in a graphic design class, and I would just finish all my work before everyone. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, why am I here if I already know this stuff, you know? Like, what is the purpose of me sitting here for an hour and a half after finishing my work to wait for everyone else? So all the information in any class that I took in school is on the internet. And I don't understand why people go to college for these things when it's literally just in your palm. It's literally in your hands. Like, the information that you need is in your hands. And I don't understand why, you know, you have to pay tens and thousands of dollars to get an education in things that aren't really necessary to do that much. That's just my outlook on college. I mean, yes, I mean, it can help. Learning things on your own is just more fulfilling. And on top of that, I mean, college is also really good for making connections, but you could also make connections with college kids without being in college. I mean, you could always go to a college campus. It's not like just because you don't go to the college doesn't mean you can't visit the campus. Unless it's a private school, obviously. We're not going to be talking about college anymore, because, you know, that's a topic in its own. Growing up, when you're in school, they tell you a set of rules and you have to follow them. And it kind of just sticks with you, you know, it's kind of just in your head, like ingrained in your brain. They tell you you can't use the bathroom until your teacher allows you to use the bathroom. You have to walk in single file lines. You eat lunch at a certain time every day. You have to wake up at a certain time of the day. You have to take a bus at a certain time of the day. And most people in their brain, they think, oh, this is teaching them about the real world. I mean, yes, but if you think about it in another sense, this is kind of like institutionalized. It almost sounds like a prison in a sense. I mean, prisoners wake up at a certain time of the day. They go eat breakfast or whatever, their lunch or whatever. They eat at a certain time of the day. They have recess. And then they go back to the classroom, which in a prisoner's case would be, you know, their cell. And they're just fed senseless knowledge. Like, schooling is okay. It's like, it's really fun to learn. And it's a good thing to learn because knowledge is power. But at the same time, I mean, do you really need to learn about Pythagorean theorem? I mean, like, how much is this, most of the information that you've been taught in high school gonna do for you in the real world? And I never understood why they teach you these things instead of teaching you how to pay bills, how to buy a house. They don't teach you these things in school. Like, I feel like this is the information that they should be telling you, because most people don't know that a lot of high school kids, like, after they graduate, their parents kick them out of the house. Like, because they turn 18, they're like, okay, you're 18 now, get up out of the house. Like, you go to college, do what you gotta do, but you're 18 now, so you gotta scram. I mean, it would be sensible, because like a lot of these kids are like fresh out of high school. Like, do they know about paying bills? Do they know how to apply for a job? They don't teach you this stuff in high school, or any school at least. I mean, this should be taught since like maybe 7th grade, just to have the background knowledge, so you know, okay, I go online, I apply, I call them back, I get an interview, this is how I'm supposed to act at the interview, this is how I'm supposed to dress at the interview, you know? I mean, not everyone has reliable parents that will teach them, okay, this is how you do this is how you do that. You know, I feel like schools should give you the background knowledge on how to be a decent human being and, you know, work in society, instead of, you know, literally just shooting you out of high school and just shipping you into the real world. I mean, I feel like that can cause homelessness in some cases. A kid graduates, he doesn't know what he's doing, and he has no clue how to get a job. He doesn't have a place now because his parents kicked him out. He's 18, you know, so what is he supposed to do? Background knowledge is, money. And sometimes when you can't find a job, money is a hard thing to come by, and there's a lot of ways to make money, and a lot of them are illegal. So, I mean, if you need money, push comes to shove, you're just going to do what you got to do. And that's what a lot of teenagers will do, and then they'll end up in jail, which is like school. You know, if it's making sense, This is not really supposed to make sense to you guys, but it's just food for thought. Like, I really just want to say these things just so you guys get you guys thinking, and, you know, formulate your own ideas. And I really want to hear them down below. So if you have your own ideas about this topic, like, I really want to hear them down below, because I want to read these comments and reply to you guys, like, and we could have a discussion on, like, what you guys think, because I know there's a lot of people and everybody thinks differently, and I'm really down to see, like, how you guys think about this topic as well, because I really think that, like, school is set up low-key to have you fail, or just to work under a system that helps them. Nothing in this world is really set up for you to succeed, and I feel like if you really want to succeed, you have to go outside of the norm and look in and understand, okay, yeah, so this is what I'm going to do, this is what I want to do, and to accomplish what I want to do, this is what I have to do. Boom, 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 boom. Like, how is someone that's not a millionaire going to tell you how to be a millionaire? I went to school to do business management because I had a company, and I was like, okay, that makes the most sense. I'm gonna go to school for business management. And first of all, I didn't even get a business management class. I got 2 English classes and a graphic design class. Where's the business class? I have no idea. So that just says it all. They said you have to take your prereqs for 2 years. Went to school all the way up until 12th grade to take an English class again. Like, does that make sense? Like, I already took English for majority of my life. So, like, just get to the point. Let me take the classes that I'm here for, rather than giving me more classes so you can keep me there longer, so I pay more money just so I can get the knowledge that I want, which is already on the internet, and I can learn on my own. Even if I did take that business class, how is someone that doesn't own a business gonna teach me how to own a business or how to run a business? They're gonna teach me out of a book. Correct, yes. They're gonna teach me out of a book. Books are very, you know, deep in knowledge. Personally, I'd rather learn a topic on business from someone that has a business. So I'd rather just go to a company, like a small owned business or a company, and say, hey, I'm trying to start a company. Is there any way you can show me the ropes on how to, you know, get inventory, or how to start my first couple of customers and, you know, flourish from that? Be an apprentice. I feel like that makes the most sense, rather than taking a class that I'm going to pay money for when I could just be a free apprentice. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of companies or brands or small businesses that would allow you to sit in and, you know, learn. Just sit there and learn on how to start up your company and, you know, do these type of things. Because, I mean, what are they going to lose? I have my own company, Lobby Worldwide, and I've gotten DMs on, you know, hey Mally, like, how do I start, you know, my company? And I tell them all the information they need to know how to start, and they thank me. I don't know what they do with the information. If they don't take the information and do anything with it, that's fine by me. But I'm not gonna reject someone that wants information from me, because I've been in that situation. I didn't know what to do. I just looked it up on the internet, and I just kind of just did things, and what worked, and what didn't work. No school is really going to teach you that failure is the best way to learn. When you're in school, you fail, you have to restart. They're not going to tell you the answers. They're just going to keep making you restart until you get it right, which is still along the same lines. But when you learn from real life experience, it's a lot different than taking a test, getting all the answers wrong, just to have your teacher hand it back to you and say, hey, you got an F, you got to do this again, or we're just going to keep going in this cycle. And that's what I learned from, being in school for the little while that I was. So really, if you're going to school and you're in a senior, or if you're planning on going to college, really think about your decision, because that's a lot of money, and money and time are two things that aren't to be wasted, and college takes a lot of money and a lot of time. So it's really up to you to really decide, what career do I want to take, and does that career really require me to go to a class once or twice, maybe 3 times a week, or full time, because there's full-time students, and do this every day, So really think about it, because, life is lived once, and you don't get time back. That's one thing you don't get back. Money, you might get your money back, but time is one thing you don't get back, and you're only getting older. So I really suggest you guys, make good decisions, and play your cards right. Because I've seen plenty of people that go to college and that they don't really even know why they're there. They're just going because people tell them it's the best decision for them to go to college. But how are you going to tell? Who's to say what's better for you than you? Just take that into consideration before you make decisions. People can suggest things, yes, but you don't always have to go with what's suggested. You can always go and look deeper into, your options, because there's always options. There's always options to everything. So that's just my words of, food for thought for today. If you guys like this series, make sure you guys tell me, because I actually want to do more. I have a couple more topics that I want to do. They're written on my board over there. So yeah, if you guys want to see this series, I actually like this. Actually made me kind of excited to do more. So if you guys want to see them, make sure you guys comment down below, DM me, and tell me you liked it, or just give me topics too, because I have a lot of things that I want to talk about, but they're not written down. So if you guys tell me one and I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. This video is really not, it's not to sway you in any way, but it's just to get you thinking, I feel like sometimes we live life too fast and we don't really sit back and think. And I feel like it's a good thing to just sit back and really think about things in the way that they actually are, rather than what they're perceived and what people are telling you they are, and drilling it into your brain. I feel like you should actually think for yourself. That's it. Hopefully you guys realized or learned something from this video. I'm out of here. Later. Until the next time. Dab on 'em. Hey!